Yo, welcome to my channel, CDA Dub Double G Science, also known as Sea Dog Science, run by your very own Mr. C. Welcome to my crib. This is my crib. So there's Boston behind you. This is my bedroom. It's a pretty fun place to live. I like it here. And there you go. So I'm filming on top of a box for right now. And of course, I have my budget whiteboard. Maybe 4 budget whiteboards. We're in the process of getting a new one. So I'm going to have a good whiteboard for next video. So here we go. This YouTube channel is specifically for like worked out problems. For right now, it's going to be in chemistry. Maybe it'll be in physics, math, whatever I end up teaching one day. We'll see as the years go by. So right now, this is for chemistry worked out problems. And it'll help you kind of like keep track of what we're doing in school. And of course, my new professional Instagram account, also Sea Dog Science, 2 G's. That is going to be for more like fun shorts, kind of like here's some study tips, here's some life advice, and guess what? Here's like a little bit of chemistry to remember. So that's what's going on right here. And we're going to start this video on dimensional analysis. And if you remember dimensional analysis, it's basically taking one unit and converting it to another unit. Except there's a problem here. My first problem says I need to convert 14 meters into feet. And there's not really an easy way to just go directly from meters to feet. So unfortunately, we're going to have to do a couple of steps here. So if we take a look here, right? 14 meters, well, I'm in meters. I do know that there's 100 centimeters in a meter. Remember, centi is 100, so there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. You should know that. We also know that there is 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. And of course, y'all better know that there's 12 inches in 1 foot. And if you don't know that, just unsubscribe right now. You're done. Like, get out. Like, nah. You should know that one. So I'm going to start. The first thing we need is some kind of pathway. You have to know how to get from point A to point B. And we're going to start at meters here, okay? We're going to go from meters to centimeters to inches to feet. And if you are able to write that pathway down, you're all set for when you keep going. So I'm going to write that pathway right here. We're going to go from meters to centimeters to inches to feet. Again, forgive the budget whiteboard. I don't even know if I can see that one. We're going to go here from meters. Whoopsies. You know what? We're not even going to deal with that one. All right, so I promise you, new whiteboard next time. So we're going to go directly from, here we go, meters to centimeters to inches to feet. And if you notice here, there's 4 units, which means we're going to have to do 4 steps. The first step, obviously, is to just write down what you have. So we know that there's 14 meters that you need to start with. So just write it down. We're going to start with 14 meters. And if it helps you to put it over 1, put it over 1, because that'll tell you that this one is on top. This is your numerator. If you don't want to do the over 1, totally fine. Let's keep going. How do I get meters to centimeters? Well, I know that there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. But now here's the problem. Where do I put it? Do I put it on the top? Do I put it on the bottom? Let's figure this out. Now, obviously, I don't want meters no more. We're going to get rid of meters. Anytime you want to get rid of a unit, you got to put it on the opposite top or bottom part where it starts. So if I'm starting at the top with meters, I want to put meters on the bottom to cancel it out. Meters over meters is 1. Totally cancels out the unit. So we're going to put a fraction bar, and we're also going to put underneath, we're going to put the 1 meter. Now, obviously, every single unit conversion has to have a 1 in it. So if there is no 1 in your fraction, you did it wrong and you're canceled. Up here, we're going to write 100 centimeters. Okay, so we're good so far. We're at centimeters. Now we're at centimeters. We need to get to inches. This says inches. My handwriting is horrible. Centimeters to inches, we know there's 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. So when we look here, we know that we want to get rid of centimeters. So we're going to put centimeters on the bottom. So fraction bar, 2.54 centimeters on the bottom. We're going to put 1 inch up top. Okay? And that's how we're doing it so far. That's an I for inches. Let's keep going. So we're at inches now. We need to get to feet. You're going to decide if feet goes on the top or the bottom in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet should go on the bottom. Hot psych, just kidding. Feet should go on top. If you said bottom, get out. There are 1 foot in 12 inches. So ready? Here's the fun part. You get to cancel out all your units. Slash, slash, meters are gone. Centimeters are gone. Inches are gone. Everybody's dead except for feet. Keep feet here. That's your last unit. And here's the math part. And that's what this little guy is going to be for if it stays up. We're going to take all of the numbers on the top, multiply them together, and then divide by everything on the bottom. And there's 2 ways to do this. On my calculator, I have a basic one, so I'm going to do it this way. Okay? I'm going to take 14. I'm going to multiply by 1,000. And I'm going to leave the ones alone. I don't really care about ones. On the bottom, I have 2.54 and I have 12. So 2.54 times 12. And if you're using this in one step, you have to put parentheses below your dividing sign. Otherwise, order of operations suck and you're not going to get the right answer. So don't forget those parentheses. Now, on a basic calculator like this, I'm just going to do 14 times 100. Ignore the 1,000. This is me being dumb. It's my first video, okay? Relax. Be nice to me. All right, 14 times 100. Enter. Okay, I'm at 1,400. Now what do? I'm just going to hit the divide key and divide by 2.54 and hit enter. When I hit enter, I get this really long, annoying number. You have to keep this entire number if you're going to do another step. So we're going to divide again by 12 and hit enter. I have 45.93. It's a very long number. So we have to figure out where to round this number. And it might be a little confusing for right now because it's like, how do I round? Well, that's about sig figs. So we started with a measured value of 14. 14 is 2 sig figs. We don't care about sig figs in any conversion fraction. That's a chem rule, don't forget it. You start with 2 sig figs, you end with 2 sig figs. So for 45.93, you got to round up 45.9 to 46. That's 2 sig figs. Your unit is feet. Don't forget your unit. You're going to write 46 feet. And there you go. That's your answer. That is how to do a dimensional analysis problem. Up next is an even harder one, so enjoy that one. Okay, time for this challenge. Here we go. I have 1.7 miles per hour. That is like turtle slow right here, and we are going to convert it into meters per second. Meters is a metric unit. That's the one we like. So miles per hour, not a thing in chemistry. Unfortunately, there's a much harder unit here, and a lot of people don't know what per means, so let's talk about it, right? So per means divide. So MPH, miles per hour, just means miles divided by hours, okay? And we know that there are 1609 meters in a mile. That's why if you run track, you start the mile event 9 meters behind the start line, so that you have your 1600, and then you have that extra to give you the mile. So 1.7, you're going to put miles on top. And because it's per hour, it's per 1 hour. So we're going to put 1 hour on the bottom. So we have 1.7 miles in 1 hour. Now, we need to get this to meters per second. That's 2 units that we got to change. We don't like miles, and we don't like hours. We are going to either pick the top or the bottom to start with. So let's pick the top because that's easier. We're going to get rid of miles. If you want to get rid of miles, are you putting it on the top or the bottom? 3, 2, 1, put it on the bottom. So there are 1 mile in 1,609 meters. Okay, so 1,609 meters, we like that. We're going to keep the meters right there. That's a great thing. But we're not done yet. So miles goes away. Bye-bye. Slash. What we didn't do yet is finish the hours part. So we have to get hours into seconds. The problem is hours starts on the bottom. So we have to start hours on our next fraction on the opposite way that it starts with. So we have to start hours on the top. 2 more steps, 2 more fraction bars. We gotta go from hours to minutes, then to seconds. So here we go. I can do 1 hour up top, and for every 1 hour, I have 60 minutes. You also technically have 3,600 seconds, but we prefer it's done this way. We also know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. So 60 seconds on the bottom, 1 minute on the top. And what that does is it cancels out minutes, hours are gone, miles are gone, and now we have seconds on the bottom where it should be. Now this is where everyone struggles. This is the math part. So I'm going to take out my handy dandy calculator, and here we go. I'm going to take 1.7. Remember to multiply everything on the top together. So we're going to multiply by 1609. We're going to divide by 60 times 60 if you're doing this all in one step. Do not forget the parentheses or you're canceled. Here we go. 1.7 times 1609. I'm getting, big number, 2,735.3. We're going to divide by 60. Hit enter. Hit divide by 60 again. Hit enter. And yeah, this kind of sucks for a speed. I'm getting 0.759. And how many sig figs did we start with? We did, in fact, start with 2 sig figs. So what are we ending with? We're ending with 2 sig figs. So 0.759 needs to round up to 0.76 in order to keep the sig fig rule consistent. That's how we round. So our answer here, 0.76, don't forget your unit, meters per second. And there's your answer. I promise you, new whiteboard next week, bigger writing, better everything next week. But here's my first video. Enjoy, and you're going to have a great year with me. Peace. Yo, don't forget to wind up and smash that like button. Oh, man, that was so wet. Smash that like button, please, and subscribe. Thank you very much.